Hey guys, Epic Man here. I know it's been a while since I made a video. Uh, I've just been busy with other things like work, and I actually, to be honest, have not thought of anything or seen anything that I actually wanted to make a video on in a while. But thanks to this new Master Rule reboot, uh, whichever one it was, I forget which number, uh, I'll just call it the what Link should have been. No one likes links. But since then, I decided, since this rule was going to get technically rebooted, that I would go back and make an old deck that I used to always play with. So, for this video, I have a Masked Hero deck. So let's get started, shall we? So starting off with the monsters, I run 3 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Pretty much self-explanatory. Special summon Shadow Mist, get a mask change, send Shadow Mist to the graveyard during the end phase, right? Oh no, just as soon as it's done. Sadly, you can only use one effect of Shadow Mist per turn. So the obvious thing is Special Summon Shadow Mist, add Mask Change, set it, then end your turn, go to the opponent's turn, use Mask Change on Shadow Mist, turn into Dark Law, and then Shadow Mist, since you ended your turn, gets to do the other ability where you get to add a hero to your hand. Next for the 3 ofs, I run 3 Elemental Hero Stratos. And pretty much a extra e-call. Plus he's also our Righteous Justice, where he gets to, for every other hero on your field, pretty much blows up spells traps on your opponent's field. You can destroy spell trap cards on the field up to the number of hero monsters you control except this card. Then for our powerhouse card, we got 3 Honest Neos to go for the OTKs or for the strong attackers. Then I got 2 Solid Soldier. I might add in a third one, but I have to replace it with one of my other cards. I just gotta figure out which one is which that I'll do. Because more than likely I will add in the third one. The basis of this deck originally was a Jaden Yuki character deck, which then I realized, oh, this is actually works pretty well. So I then turned it into a hero deck, and then from there I turned it into my Masked Heroes. It's no totally awesome heroes, but it's Masked Heroes. Next up I run 2 Bubble Man. I was going to run a third Bubble Man, but I realized no one pretty much uses Bubble Man. And, well, thanks to a friend, too, giving me a tip for it, too. No one really is going to use Bubble Man now that we have Liquid Soldier, which, not cheap. I did manage to get 1. But more than likely, whenever I can, I probably will get 2 more Liquid Soldiers and replace the 2 Bubble Men instead. Next up, I run 1, for the 1-ofs, I run 1 Blaze Man. I don't have Polymerization in this deck. I have Super Poly and Fusion Gate and Miracle Fusion, but so I can't really use his Polymerization effect where he gets to add it to the hand. But where he's useful is I summon him, send, say, Bubble Man to the grave from the deck, or one of the others, and then boom, he becomes that attribute. So I can use Mask Change and turn it into pretty much any Masked Hero I want, as long as I can, you know, go off this right attribute. Or, another useful thing is for this deck, since I do run 1 normal Neos, is send Neos to the graveyard, and he will have 2500 attack, because that's the other good part about Blaze Man. I also run 1 Vision Hero Vion. I might add in at least one normal polymerization. I'm not really sure. I already have enough fusion cards as is. So he's pretty much just in here to dump a hero from the deck. Part of my throat, by the way, guys. Little bug's been going around lately. Then I run one Liquid Soldier, which is pretty much the new Bubble Man. Just send him to the graveyard for a fusion material, or banish him for a fusion material, and then boom, you get to draw 2 cards. And then, like I was saying, since I originally did have this as a Jaden deck, I do run the vanilla heroes. Not all of them, like I don't have Avion, but he's pretty much the only vanilla I don't run. So I have one Sparkman, one Clayman, one Burstinatrix, and one Neos. And that's pretty much it for the monsters. Like I said, though, more than likely I'll add in probably another Solid Soldier. So I'll replace Clayman. And then I'll probably add in 2 more Liquid Soldiers eventually, which will replace the 2 Bubble Men. But until then, they still work. But I feel like it worked a whole lot better if I had, you know, the 2 more Liquid Soldiers and 2 more Solid Soldiers. Or 1 more Solid Soldier. Can't have 2 more, otherwise that's illegal. Since I already have 2. Now for the spells, I run 3 Mask Change, 3 Super Polymerization, because now that it's unbanned, it's really, really good. Especially in this deck, because Super Polymerization is like a questionable card depending on what deck you're running, since, well, let's just say it works really well in this one, because I run not all 6 of them, but I run 5 out of the 6 element heroes, the ones that require specific elements. So, oh, there you are. Okay. So let's say, for instance, side, you normal summon Shadow Mist. Just for an example. Your opponent has, say, a water. Well, for this deck, I can go into Shining, Nova Master, Gaia, Great Tornado, and Absolute Zero. There is Esciardo, or Escaridao, however you pronounce the name, which I probably could implement into the deck again. I would just have to take one of the masked heroes out. So yeah, you have Shadow Mist, and let's say your opponent has a light monster. Super Polymerization, that light monster on their field, as long as you discard a card after you activate this, then their light monster can be used to fuse into a fusion monster that you summon. So you fuse your Shadow Mist and their light monster, whatever it is. Say it's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Boom. Shining. Or you have your Shadow Mist or whatever other hero, and they have a water monster, like Legendary Fisherman or something like that. Boom. Absolute Zero. I know there's a lot more water monsters. That was just the first one I could think of. Then let's say they have a wind monster, and you have Shadow Mist or whatever other hero you might summon. Like, say they have Harpy Lady or something. Boom. Great Tornado. Now let's say that you have Shadow Mist and they have an Earth monster like Giant Soldier of Stone or an Ancient Gear Golem or something. Boom. Gaia. Although I think there are some Ancient Gears that can't be targeted, so it wouldn't work on them. And then finally, let's say they had a fire monster, like Flame Swordsman or something else like that. I know I'm going off generic olden day cards, it's just, like I said, first thing I can think of. Or say they had like Salamangreat. Boom. Nova Master. Or if they had red eyes, since it's a dark monster, or dark magician, then boom, Esciardo, or Scared, however you pronounce it. I know in Duel Links they call it Escaridao. I just always called it Esciardo. But that's pretty much off topic, so sorry about that. I just thought I would go into a little bit of a, play-by-play of why I love using the cards that I do. Continuing with the spells. This deck doesn't run any traps, by the way. I run 3 E-Calls to pretty much get any hero, like Honest Neos, or, I run 3 Miracle Fusion, 3 Fusion Gate, now the one-ofs, I run 1 Parallel World Fusion, a hero lives, as a means of special summoning Shadow Mist, Reinforcements of the Army, Generation Next, and my all-time favorite new card, Favorite Hero, which works really good. But for those that don't know what Favorite Hero does, well, here we go. Equipped only to a level 5 or higher hero monster. If you control a card in your field zone, like a field spell obviously, the equipped monster gains attack equal to its original defense. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. At the start of the battle phase, you can activate 1 field spell directly from your hand or deck. You can only use this effect of Favorite Hero once per turn. When the equipped monster attacks and destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard. The attacking monster can attack a second time in a row. So what I love most about that, sadly it's a restriction, it has to be level 5 or higher, which that's fine. You're mostly going to use that on your fusions. So yeah, let's say, go into a Masked Hero. So you got your Masked Hero Acid here, target it with Favorite Hero. Acid will now gain 2100 defense points to his attack, which is 26. So that's 4700. And then before you go into your battle phase, is that the beginning or... Sorry, I know I just read this, but... At the start of the battle phase. So it's pretty much as soon as you declare your battle phase, you can use its ability of Favorite Hero to immediately go into Fusion Gate. I know it's pretty much like referencing Skyscraper or something, but I don't really run Skyscraper in this deck. There was just no need. It pretty much builds into the... If you don't OTK with it, then it just builds into your future fusions. No pun intended, sorry. And then what's even better about it is that after your monster attacks and destroys a monster, it gets to attack again. Sadly, since the equipped card would be sent to the graveyard, I do believe that would mean its attack goes back to normal. I think. I could be wrong on that. Because normally cards specify even if this card leaves the field or something like that, which it doesn't. Anyway, now that we've covered the deck, time to move on to the extra deck. I run 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver as a way of getting back my Miracle Fusion, my Mask Change, pretty much any fusion card used to fuse from the grave back to the field. And that's pretty much the only link that I run in here. Then for the fusions, let's go into the element heroes. I run obviously 1 Nova, 1 Gaia, 1 Great Tornado, 1 Absolute Zero, and 1 Shining. Now for the Masked Heroes, I run Masked Hero Acid, Masked Hero Koga, Masked Hero Goka, Masked Hero Dark Claw, Masked Hero Anki, Masked Hero Diane, and Masked Hero Divine Wind. I know there's obviously only 3 mask changes in the deck. This pretty much just gives me, you know, options to go into for whatever attribute hero I have in the field currently. And then the final fusion card that I run in the deck, I did purchase Masked Hero Blast, but I probably will either swap out Anki or Blast to add in a Scary Dower or whatever. But the last hero fusion that I run is Elemental Hero Sunrise, which he is really good, very good. Because as soon as he's special summoned, so like fusion summoning, boom, you get to go ahead and add a Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. So that assures you that, hey, guess that assures you that you're going to be able to fusion summon again in this turn. And then he also increases every monster on your field by 200 attack points for every monster on your field with different levels. Well, not different levels. Sorry, tired brain. Different attributes. I don't know why I just said that. I clearly need sleep. So, say you have 6 different attributes on the field, then that is 1,200? Yep, 1,200. And this is 200, right? Or is it 300? 200, yeah. So they, at maximum, they gain 1,200 attack. And then, his other ability is if a hero declares an attack, or is it? When attack is declared involving a hero monster, so either when they are attacked or when they attack, you can destroy 1 card on the field. So say that your opponent is attacking your hero with a very strong attacking monster, Sunrise will pretty much just blow it up. Well guys, that was pretty much my Masked Hero deck. And this time I made sure to sleeve them up, because I know I always get the complaint of, you need to sleeve your cards, which I know I do. I got the deck box and everything. I probably will make more videos in the future if I can think of any more. I think the next thing I'm probably going to plan on doing is make deck profiles for character decks. But until then, guys, Epic Man signing out.